This is the COMA Girl Daily Podcast, written by Stephanie Bond. November 19th, Saturday. 21,129, 21,130. I'm slowing down. Or maybe I'm just tired. Maybe the baby is restless. I wish I could feel something. When the door opened, I assumed it's another visitor for Chandra. Her young friends came in tearful droves, standing around her bed, praying and singing and playing video games while narrating them to her. It's unimaginable that she'd landed in that bed because she simply wasn't paying attention. Although, isn't that what happened to me? Because someone wasn't paying attention. I'm waiting for word that the manuscript I'd written has been leaked to the highest bidder, but so far, nothing. If it happens and my family is too furious to talk to me, Roberta will burn a trail over here to clue me in. Hi, Marigold. My ears tell my brain to go haywire before recognition kicks in. Duncan. I've been out of the country for a while, working. I had to come, though, and see for myself. How emaciated I look? Bald and pale and slack? You're really pregnant. She really is. Roberta had slipped in. Hi, Roberta. Hi, Duncan. I guess you're back in town for the wedding. Right, he said, but I wanted to see Marigold. How is she? Still comatose and pregnant. I just heard about that. Who's the father? I'm holding my mental breath. I think it's some guy she hooked up with on Tinder. Wow, that hurt more than I thought it would. But it's for the best, right? Oh, Duncan said. Is that relief in his voice? So he's not in the picture? No. Do I have something on my face? He asked. I just realized what a tiny head you have. What? Never mind. How are plans for the wedding? A week from today, right? Right. Everything's perfect. Trina's great at pretty much everything. Well, you met her. Yes. She invited me to the wedding. She seems great. She is great. Great. You know, Roberta said casually, I always thought you and Marigold would end up married someday. Marigold and I were always good friends. You know, dating messes up friendships. Yeah, or makes them better. Or worse, he said. Or better, Roberta said. Well, I have Trina now and all that. So, what's Marigold's prognosis? He sounded concerned, or maybe he thought he needed to for appearances. No one really knows. They don't know if she's gonna wake up? No. She had a second surgery about 3 weeks ago, and the doctors were hopeful it would make a difference, but so far, it hasn't. Who's gonna take care of her? Her family, I guess. And the baby? Same. Marigold isn't that close to her family. Yeah, they're all a little hinky, but I suppose when something like this happens, you band together. I guess you're right. But what if she doesn't wake up? That's possible. That woman over next to the wall has been in a coma for over 2 years. 2 years. And people can live for decades in a coma. Do they know if Marigold can hear us? There have been times when she responded to commands to move her fingers, but not for weeks now. So she might be able to hear me right now, but not respond. Right. So she could be trapped in there? I I guess anything is possible. The nurses tell me when it comes to the brain, it's a crapshoot. Roberta has picked up some precise medical terminology since she started hanging out with me. Are you okay, Duncan? Yeah. No. I'm not okay. I'm angry that something like this happened to someone like Marigold. She deserves better. Won't get an argument from me, Roberta said. But at the same time, is he thinking how lucky he is not to have me as a ball and chain around his neck? I have to go, Duncan said. I'm expected to be somewhere. Go. You got a busy week ahead of you. He stepped closer to my bed. Bye, Marigold. I'll be thinking of you. Can you be more precise? Thinking of me when you need someone to help you lift a piece of furniture, or while you're walking down the aisle? But as his footsteps retreated, I felt the life I'd dreamt of slip through my fingers. Duncan? Roberta called. Yeah. Just curious, how do you feel about professional basketball? Roberta, bless her, she had to be sure. This is my last chance to let Duncan know about the baby before he walked down the aisle. Total waste of time, he said. Poof. When the door closed behind him, a door in my heart closed, too.
Hi, this is Stephanie Bond, author of the COMA Girl Daily podcast. If you like COMA Girl, you might be interested in some of my other daily serials, Temp Girl, Comeback Girl, Factory Girl, and Lottery Girl. Links to those projects are in the show notes. But come back tomorrow for another episode of COMA Girl.